here tonight. Feature number 2 for the Sportsman cars, the DJ Davies 26. Feature number 2 will set the starting grid for you as they make their way around here under caution pace. Starting up on the inside front row, going to be the 7-11 of Chris Crane Jr. He goes from the inside front row. Outside of him, going to be his brother, his baby brother, Connor Crane, the 711X. Crane brothers hail out of Canaan, Connecticut, up in the upper northwest corner. Richard Murtaugh on the 33M making a haul in from Central New York tonight to start on the inside of row number 2. Outside of him, going to be Joey Scarborough, one of our Vermont campaigners in the Interstate Battery 11 Vermont. He's a 2-time winner here in 2024. John Miller, the number 12, and Dylan Madsen, the 89, go side by side in row 3. Row 4, going to be Max Dolliver with the 29 and Mike Coffey Jr. with the 06. Row 5 will be car number 5, Pat Jones. He was our most recent winner here at the track last Friday night. He was our Sportsman victor. Outside of him, Tanner Warner with the number 78 car. 6 rows deep, it'll be the 26 of 𝗥𝗰𝗴 Jr. on the inside, and Alex Palmer-Sawyer in the 61 outside of that 6th row. Row 7 will be the 33 of Mike Benson on the inside. Mike Engwer in the 22 will start next to him in row 7. Row 8, it'll be the 01 of Zach Buff and the 49 of 𝗥𝗰𝗴𝗴. Back in row 9, Cody Blue in the 1G, the Kevin Groff owned car. Blue, a feature event winner here in 2024. Nick Brundage will start outside of him. Brundage, our most recent limited Sportsman winner. He picked up the victory in the limiteds last Friday. Then we got the 95 of Dan Jalbert. He starts inside row 10. Outside of him, John Dumont with the 31. 11 rows deep, it'll be the 42 of Caden Hohenschelt, the 42 car. Dakota Green will go next to him with the 69. And we got 74 of Matt Perry and Tyler Stevenson making the long haul from up in the North Country in the Fox 28 car. Travis Green, third-generation driver out of Wallkill. He'll come from the inside of row 13. Ashton Pearson, another Vermont campaigner, in the 24 next to him. Then the Coondog. He'll hunt from deep in the field here tonight. Josh Coonrat with the 00X. He had a win in the limiteds this year. And Chad Gregory, another one of our limited winners. That makes up your starting grid. Green flag flies underway down the back straightaway for the first time. The Crane brothers from the front row. It looks like it's going to be Chris Crane Jr. coming around to pick up the lead and lead lap 1. Crane out front, leading the way up here off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. As they work their way down here into turn number 3. Crane out front, right behind him is Richard Murtaugh with the 33. We got Yellow. Yellow is out on the speedway, one car slow. Here on the front straightaway, that's the 916. Our winner last Friday night in the limited Sportsman division, that's Nick Brundage. Brundage picking up the win, his second in the limiteds this year. That'll freeze the lap counter at 2. First of our bonuses to be handed out will be the leader of lap 8. That's going to be sponsored by Madsen Overhead Doors. They will give a $76 bonus to the leader of lap 8 and the leader of lap 18. The significance of those numbers, they were 2 of Don Davies' favorite numbers, 8 and 18. Of course, the 76 figure, the $76 bonus, That was Don's age when we lost Don just over a year ago. Cordova Plumbing, $1,046, going to go to your winner, courtesy of Cordova Plumbing. That's they sponsor the winner's share. Cordova Plumbing out of Southington, Connecticut. Greg's Towing and Repair, putting up the bonus for the 8th place finisher. The 18th place finisher gets $118 from Madsen Overhead Doors. That's what Greg's putting up for the 8th place finisher too. Ed Lamberton and the Wheel People podcast. Catch that on Facebook. Is putting up a bonus, $25 bonus on each of the features for the driver who wheeled it in, driver who advances the most positions. And Speedway Illustrated putting up a 1-year subscription to the winning crew chief. Along with, as in each of the features thus far, the New York State Stock Car Association putting up a cash bonus for the first NISCA member across the line. Ready to go back to green. Chris Crane Jr. going to stand on the gas. Richard Murtaugh riding there in second and make their way down here to turn number 1, up through the corner and down the backstretch. Here's Connor Crane now. We got 2 cars around down at turn 1. That's going to bring a quick yellow out on the speedway. So yellow is out. 2 cars down here in turn 1 going around. One of which is Chad Gregory's Next Generation Roofing, number 23 car. Chad, a feature event winner in our limited sportsman division. Here's the other, the 74. The Perry Farms number 74 of Matt Perry. So caution remaining out. We'll get them back in their proper restarting order. The Crane brothers now nose to tail in the inside lane. Chris Jr. going to set the pace from the inside. Younger brother Connor just behind him with the 711X. Their Uncle Rich is the defending champion in the Pro Stock division here at Albany-Saratoga. As we said earlier, hail from the hamlet of Canaan, Connecticut, the upper northwest corner, Litchfield County, over there in the Constitution State. Also home of the Casey's father-son race team in the Pro Stock division. Our defending champion, Chris Crane, as we made mention, and the 2 drivers from the next generation here, the 2 young brothers, Chris and Connor. Joey Scarborough going to come from the outside of row number 2, the 11 Vermont, a 2-time winner. He was our opening night winner. Joey's had a good run here in the recent weeks across the region. He's picked up a couple of different wins at a couple different racetracks. Right now, trying to pick up his 3rd here at Albany-Saratoga in 2024 as the green flag flies. They make their way down the back straightaway. Chris Crane Jr. showing the way. Richard Murtaugh there in the 33 car, riding in second. Connor Crane back to 3rd, 4th spot, the 11 Vermont of Joey Scarborough. Then it's Dylan Madsen next in line. So Madsen rounding out your top 5. They're 3 wide back there for 6th spot. They work their way down here into turn number 3. That 3-way battle now shakes out. The 29 car going to take over the 6th position, the 29 machine, John Dumont. Coming down here, yellow is going to fly. Yellow lights are on. So picking them up a couple at a time. That's Max Dolliver in the 29 machine. Just outside the top 5. He rides in 6th. So Dolliver, one spot out of a top 5 run. He sits back there in 6th position. Behind Dolliver, we find the 06 of Mike Coffey Jr., then the number 12 of John Miller. Those are Albany-Saratoga regulars. Next car in line, we find the 3rd generation of the Warner family, one of the 3rd generation runners. Of course, Tanner and Corky, the next generation. Their father, Rocky, a former sportsman champion here. And the preceding member of the Warner family, of course, the late Don Warner, campaigned here in full fendered competition in Rocky's early days. Both Don and Rocky would make their way over here on the old CDRA circuit every once in a while. Oh, Richie Peterson showing the white flag, going to go green next time around. Chris Crane Jr. on the inside. Richard Murtaugh, the outsider. He's been here before. But a rare appearance here at the Great Race Place, ready to stand on the gas. Down into turn number 1 they go. It'll be Crane, your leader. Murtaugh rides 2nd, and then it's Crane again in 3rd. So Murtaugh, them eating a Crane sandwich as they make their way down there to turn number 3. Here's Joey Scarborough taking a peek down to the inside, trying to get a run there on Connor Crane. Cody Blue getting racy back there right now. Blue showing up in 8th spot, trying to challenge Mike Coffey Jr. for 7th. Cody Blue and the Kevin Groff own number 1 car up on the outside. He's a feature event winner. Going to take the position away from the 06 of Coffey. That's the race for 7th, and it's been a seesaw battle. Coffey coming right back at him down on the inside, taking 7th spot back away. Cody Blue up on the outside as we now have 7 laps on the board. When they come to the line, we'll click off lap number 8, and that'll be a payoff lap. $76 goes to Chris Crane Jr., courtesy of Madsen Overhead Doors. So Crane picking up the first of the cash awards. The leader of lap number 8. The next one being 10 laps, leader of lap 18. As the field starts to separate now, got to go back a ways to find your first side-by-side run. It's back there with the 12 of John Miller. He was feeling the heat. Down here off the corner, just behind him, that's the 49 of 𝗥𝗰𝗶𝗴. Got yellow out on the speedway, car going around here in turn 4. So car going around in turn number 4. That's going to be the reason for the caution. On lap number 10, and looks to be the Matt Perry car once again getting turned around. Down here in turn number 4, Perry going to rewrite the 74 car. So with 10 laps on the West End Towing and Repair lap counter. Chris Crane Jr. with the Green Acres Landscaping. Sponsor number 711. Now going to see Richard Murtaugh pull alongside of him. Murtaugh up on the outside. He has had a good run thus far. First non-regular in the field naturally, and he has been able to stay right there with your leaders. Good run by Murtaugh here at 10 laps in. As we get ready to go back to green, green is back out. Crane and Murtaugh down here into turn number 1. They bang together down here in turn 1. Crane carries Murtaugh up the hill off of turn number 2, and now here comes little brother back there in third. Connor Crane riding third. He and Joey Scarborough got together for a moment down here between turn 3 and 4. And that opened the door for Dylan Madsen. Madsen now goes to third. Connor up on the outside, gonna right now have to challenge for the 5th spot. 12 laps on the board as they make their way down here into turn number 1. Halfway sign coming up next lap by. It'll be 13 in and 13 remain when Chris Crane Jr. comes to the line. Crane down across the stripe. Murtaugh rides second. Madsen third. 4th spot going to be the 11 Vermont of Joey Scarborough. He rides 4th. 5th spot there is the 06 of Mike Coffey Jr. Got red lights coming on around the raceway. Incident up here between turn 3 and 4. I believe that is the Warner machine. Correction on that. It's the 74 of Perry. Report coming from the scene, driver is okay. So that's the report coming from up between turn 3 and 4. Matt Perry getting upside down up there between turn 3 and 4.
Dan, I'm going to see if I can jump in here. Yeah, Matt Perry's working on climbing out. But the problem is, obviously, he's upside down. He's talking with the team and the safety crew here. But this is a difficult extraction, to say the least. He's got his helmet off. They've handed that away. But not only is he laying upside down, but you have seat belts and bracing that is now holding you suspended. So it's a little harder to let those seat belts go. But with that said, Matt's doing a pretty nice job. He's got himself laying sideways now in his race car. And you know, you don't see a lot of modifieds end up laying completely upside down, and that's what we've got right now. Yeah, he is. He's got himself down. The problem is the legs, getting him clear of all the pieces that are normally easy to work yourself out of when gravity is not fighting against you. And I think just extremely tight to work out, but he's closing himself out, just getting by the side sheet metal, and Matt Perry's going to be able to climb out of his battered number 74 race car. He's out, everybody. I'm going to see if I can grab him for a second right now. Matt, You all right?
Yeah, all good.
How hard was it to get out of that race car just now?
Oh, I scrambled and I tried to get out. I had the steering wheel in still, so had my leg caught in that. But yeah, it was difficult.
Good to hear you're okay, though.
Thank you.
There he is. He's got a smile on his face, Dan. I'll send it back up to you as now they'll work on getting the car turned back over.
Well, thank you, Rich Fleck. As Matt Perry, the good news is out of the car and okay. Not so good news is car turned over on its roof down there. It's going to take a moment or two before they can get him rewrited and back into the pit area. So we'll give them the opportunity to do that. Field being reset here on the front straightaway. Again, this is our final event. We just took the halfway sign at lap 13. Take a look the way that they should restart. Chris Crane Jr. going to be your pace setter, your pole setter. Richard Murtaugh has stayed right there with him. Murtaugh started back in the third position, bettered his position by one, and has been able to hold on to it. Crane was your pole sitter, and he has led every lap in this 14-lap feature thus far. Pocketed the bonus money, the leader of lap number 8, where he got $76 from Madsen Overhead Doors. He's trying to pocket another 76 on lap 18. Dylan Madsen currently riding in third. Madsen started back in 6th. Madsen's had a good year here at Albany-Saratoga. Dylan in the points battle. Points battle not all that close up front because Tim Hartman Jr. is pulled out to a pretty substantial lead, but Dylan comes into tonight's event. I should say comes into Friday night's event. Tonight a non-points event here for the Sportsman, but he's third place in points coming in. Mike Coffey Jr., in 4th spot in points. He currently rides in 5th on the racetrack, a couple spots behind Dylan. They got Joey Scarborough between the two. We documented the fact. Scarborough, a 2-time winner. He won opening night, second-generation driver. Of course, his dad, Don Scarborough, the Brandon Bandit out of Brandon, Vermont. Longtime competitor here at the Great Race Place. So the twin sons, Joey and Jake, affectionately known as the Brandon Banditos, Sons of the Bandit, growing up. They got that tag, the Banditos, and Jake has scaled his racing back, but Joey continues on with the support of their father, Don Scarborough. Actually, the support of the whole family. I better throw that part in because it is a family affair. Joey Scarborough sits 4th. Mike Coffey Jr. sits in 5th. Then it's Max Dolliver, second of the non-regulars. 29 car of Dolliver will restart 6th. Cody Blue in the Kevin Groff-owned automobile. Kevin actually piloted that car last Friday night here. But Cody back behind the wheel this evening. He picked up a feature event victory earlier in the year in this number 1 car. Blue will restart from 7th. Then it'll be Connor Crane. Connor Crane to 711X. John Miller will restart from 9th, and Chris Jakubiak will restart 10th. Just outside the top 10, that's where Travis Green will start. Travis started deep in the pack Travis started 25th. He currently rides 11th. Travis, the third generation driver out of Wallkill, New York. Travis not afraid to take the show on the road. He's raced all over the Northeast. Had a great run a couple of weeks ago down at Orange County Fair Speedway, the first of the big series. The next event down there will be coming up, the Centennial Race in the month of August. Travis's dad, Robbie, ran up here at one point. Of course, from down in Orange County, the natural place to race on Saturday nights was the Orange County Fair Speedway, where he was a staple, but did a lot of years at the Accord Speedway on Friday nights, but made Albany-Saratoga his home for a couple of seasons. And had some success up here. The next generation continuing on here. Field going to pull away under caution pace as they're going to bring the Matt Perry 74 back down to the pit areas. You can see the battle scars on it. 14 in, 12 laps remain here in this second and final Sportsman feature, the finale on tonight's racing program. Richie Peterson going to hold the field under caution down here. 7-11 of Chris Crane Jr. and the 33 of Richard Murtaugh. Going to restart from the front row. Dylan Madsen, Joey Scarborough going to come from row number 2. Mike Coffey Jr. and Max Dolliver from row 3. Then it's Cody Blue on the inside of row number 4. Alongside of him, Connor Crane, John Miller, and the 49 car of 𝗥𝗰𝗴𝗴 round out your top 10 restarters. As we are 4 laps away from the next cash bonus, Richie Peterson ready to move them closer to that by waving the green flag. Green flag back in the air, and we are back underway as they make their way down here to turn number 1. Right down to the bottom goes Chris Crane Jr. Here's Richard Murtaugh up on the outside. Murtaugh there in the second spot. Dylan Madsen back there third. Joey Scarborough way up to the outside that time off of turn number 4. Max Dolliver going to plug the hole down to the inside of Scarborough. Murtaugh trying to find something up on the outside, left the inside open for Madsen. Now he's going to protect the inside. Down here to turn number 3. Murtaugh's got a fast race car back there in the runner-up position. Going to try the outside again. He's going to allow Dylan Madsen to get the run off the corner. Madsen going to slide up and take the lane away from Murtaugh. Your new second place man is Dylan Madsen. While Dylan Madsen moves the Madsen overhead doors 89 into the runner-up spot, Chris Crane Jr. is going to take the cash bonus here from Madsen overhead doors for leading lap number 18. You'll take a $76 bonus for leading 18, just like you did for leading lap number 8. So Crane pocketing the Madsen money thus far, where Dylan Madsen looking to come up and he'll give him the bonus money. He wants to take the $1,046 away. $1,046 to the winner. That is courtesy of Cordova Heating and Plumbing out of Southington, Connecticut. And Madsen now going to draw in on the 7-Eleven of Crane. Dylan Madsen trying to get a run here on your leader, working down to turn number 3. Madsen closing ground here off of corner number 4. Thus far, Crane has led them all. Madsen rides second, Murtaugh third, Dolliver now fourth, Scarborough back to fifth. Spot number 6 to car number 6, that's Mike Coffey Jr. 7th spot is the number 1 of Cody Blue. 8th spot, the 711X of Connor Crane. 9th spot, going to be Travis Green. And rounding out your top 10, going to be the 12 of John Miller. We're inside a handful now, clicking off the final few laps. 23 go up on the board. When they come back to the stripe, it'll be 2 laps to go. Richie Peterson going to show the parallel flags down here in front. 2 laps remain here for our second sportsman feature of the night. The Don Davies, DJ Davies Media, 26. Coming to the white flag this time by. Normal distance, 25 laps. Tonight we go one more for Don as they come down here to turn number 1. Up off the corner, down the back straightaway. Chris Crane Jr. trying to post his first feature event victory in sportsman competition. Checkers are out. He will pick up the win and the $1,046 that go with it. Dylan Madsen will come across the line in second. Third spot goes to Richard Murtaugh. Max Dolliver will finish in fourth, and rounding out your top 5 is going to be the 11 Vermont of Joey Scarborough. So that is going to be the way your top 5 finish. Your 8th place finisher will be Connor Crane. Connor Crane will pick up the bonus for finishing in 8th. He'll get $118 from Greg's Towing and Repair out of Voorheesville. And your 18th place finisher is going to be Ashton Pearson, who will get the $118 from Madsen Overhead Doors. So Connor Crane getting the 8th place, and Ashton Pearson the 18th place bonuses. Connor's big brother parks it down there in Victory Lane, and you'll be surprised when he climbs out of the car. He's not all that big. The 2 youngsters out of Canaan, Connecticut, campaign with us each and every Friday night. Chris Crane Jr. will get the $50 bonus from the New York State Stock Car Association, the first NISCA member across the line, as he is getting unbuckled down there in the race car, our final victor of the evening. Ready to make his way out of the car down here in Victory Lane. Here he is, our final checkered flag holder of the night. The winner of the second of the 2 DJ Davies Media 26, it's Chris Crane Jr. Chris going to hit the ground. Rich Vleck's down there for the final time. We'll send it down trackside to Rich Vleck.
Yeah, well, there we go. Got the mic working now. Chris Crane That car worked out just fine for you. 26 laps out in front. You had some challenges down the stretch, but we just saw the exuberation up on top of the race car. How good does this one feel?
This is awesome. This is my first Sportsman win ever. So I have 3 in the limited Sportsman here, but this is my first actual Sportsman win, so it feels awesome. Yeah, it wasn't easy out front, especially 26 laps. You know, that extra lap doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're out front, it's quite a lot. And I don't know what happened with Richard. I apologize if that was my fault or if he cut me off or whatever, but we met down in turn 3 on that red flag and said we were both good with it. And I don't know what happened, but whenever we got together, the thing started lifting the left front quite a bit. So, but here we are. So
it was a slick track. You had to pedal it and make sure that you were hitting your marks.
Absolutely. I was on the brakes a lot more than I thought I would be out front, but I mean, it worked out at the end. So I just got to give a shout out to everyone back at home. I lost one of my really good friends a week ago yesterday, and I got to give a shout out to the Simmons and Whiting families for everything that they've been going through, and this one's for Owen for sure.
Yeah, fine sentiments there by Chris Crane Jr. picking up his first Sportsman victory, and what a night to do it. Dan Martin, will send it back up to you and Mike Warren.
Well, thank you, Rich Fleck, as that will finish things off for tonight's program out here. As I want to thank everybody for coming out here to the great race place this evening, as it's been a lot of fun as always. Can't wait to get back here for Malta Massive Weekend. Our next race, we will be in action on the 4th of July. We'll head to Land of Legends Raceway for the Stars and Stripes